You know what I just noticed? That really adorable stitch drawing thing of Kirby up there on the wall. Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and I can't promise that I can get all this done in one episode, but I'm going to do my darndest to try. So, yes, this is Kirby's Epic Yarn. We've done everything except for the, oh god, 20 seconds, except for the friend missions, and so that's what I'm going to go and do now, because we've played every level. There are no missions that would be inaccessible to us, and I need to find everyone in 20 seconds, and I'm sure this is going to go swimmingly. So I'm going to be doing all of the friends in the order that we discovered them. So, Zeke first, and then Beadrix, and then... Ah. No, you can't hide from me. I mean, you tried, and all these beads I'm collecting now, they don't count because we found them after we found the final Zeke. Yes, I'm going through all... You see, no beads despite all the beads I collected. So rude. Luckily, beads don't matter anymore. We've got all the gold medals, we've got all the furniture, there's nothing left that we can buy, so beads don't matter, but it's still kind of insulting. Anyway, how are you doing today? That's gorgeous fabric. You should feel pleasured to be here and to bear witness to such a thing. Haha. But, yes. By all rights, I should save at least some of this for the next recording session that I plan on doing, because I'll be showing off, well, I intend to show off the co-op thing, just like a little bonus extra thing. And you can, in fact, do co-op, multiplayer, two-player of these friend missions, which, for hide-and-seek especially, you know, you would have thought that to divide and conquer would be the best way to go about it. Bearing in mind, that's what Zeke's doing anyway, dividing his own ass and conquering the world by having an ass that conquers the world. I don't know where that was. You can't hide from me. Luckily we have... Rude! But this game cannot deal with me existing. Is there not another Zeke over here? I thought there might be. Apparently not. Well, whatever. Like I said, luckily we have a very generous time limit to work with here. We could just cease. Thank you. Like, the French for 6 kind of cease, not even the grammatically accurate for this particular purpose kind of cease. In fact, you could cease, set, wheat, nerf, and dece all in one. Incidentally, people of France, and I probably will get to the point I was going to make before at some point. I don't know, you know me. People of France, why do you spell it six and dicks but pronounce it cease and dece? How does your language work? I mean, I should know because I have a bit of French heritage, and by all rights I should speak more French than I do. But still, who do you think you are, France? Who do you think you are? Yes, the timings of this Let's Play have worked out surprisingly fortuitously, bearing in mind, like, this should work out exactly perfectly, because I'm going to have an actual guest here with me to do the multiplayer with. No, I'm going to hypothetically do a multiplayer without an actual other person here. Sarcasm, in case you couldn't tell. But, like, it wasn't my specific intention to do this Let's Play when I did, just so that I could have that particular guest with me at the time of completed. Like, I hadn't intended to end the series at the time in time when I did, just so that I could have a bonus episode of me doing the co-op at that point. What am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say, and it should make sense from how I've said it. When I started this series, it wasn't my intention that it would finish at the time that it did, because the time it's finishing just so happens to be the perfect point in time for me to do that bonus episode with the guest I'm going to be doing it with. That's a coincidence, but I'm glad it's worked out that way. There we go. God, all this hide-and-seek is driving me most loopy. See, this is why I sort of tried to intersperse it here and there in the main series, and this is technically still the main series, even though everything else is done, but still. But I'm sure, knowing Choco Conroy, he probably either saved them all for bonus episodes, didn't do them because they were bonus episodes, or interspersed them throughout the series perfectly. I don't know. Well, this is the British version, so this is I'm the best you've got, except there are probably other people who have Let's Played this game, and probably to a better extent, but the British version. And I've probably missed a Zeke or two because I've been trying to scour the underside of the world. Okay. You there, you nozzle nose, except it's not a nozzle, it's a needle. No! Friend, I need to use you. Honestly. And apparently. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know that the, When Your Legs Don't Work Like They Used To Before song, is that Ed Sheeran? Because I didn't realise it was, and then I was told apparently it might be, and like, what? So, Ed Sheeran, right. Strange fellow, in a good way. Because, like, I'm sure I've had this rant before. Like, he's really good at coming up with some song titles, but not so good at coming up with actually good songs, or at least that used to be the case. Because, like, I still maintain the song I See Fire. It sounds, first of all, like you're saying icy fire, like fire that is cold. And it sounds like it should be this really intense, really incredible song, and it's just a boring whine fest with a guitar. But then there's like Shape of You, which is like really good and really upbeat. And when I first heard it, I'm like, wait, that's not Ed Sheeran, it's too upbeat. But apparently it is. So, no offense if you're watching, Ed, I'm sure you're a lovely chap. I don't know. You know me and music I perceive to be boring. Oh, so that's what those enemies do. They just sort of wangle their noodles at you. Release my Zeke, man. I'll just sort of drift downwards. And whip. And jump a little bit. Here's a thought. Underwater submarine Kirby. Could I just hold down the 2 button instead of doing Flappy Bird controls? Just a thought. I swear, if this whole episode's gonna just be doing Zeke, because all the other people don't have as many missions, or maybe they do, I don't know. But we do have 47% of the fabrics in the game to collect, or, well, we've started eating into that 47%, but there's much to be done. And we're still on the 3-star missions with Zeke, so... How do you even commentate something like this? How have I been commentating something like this? I don't even know, but hey, we're back with the festively Christmas music, and wow. We couldn't even save friend there. Oh, that... No. I was at jump. I see you up there, Zeke. The question is, do you see me? Well, you do now because I found you. And then there's you down there hiding at the base of the chimno. Actually, that almost sounds like it could be an offensive term. And if it is, I didn't intend it to be. I don't know. If it's not, then what could it be an offensive term for? I mean, I know this is like opening an entire can of worms and a half, but like... I don't know. Sort of like the aesthetic of, hey, we should invent a new, like, term for white people, and I think this was Jack's Films, and one of the answers that came up was latte. Like, I don't know, things only offend you if you let yourself be offended by them? I don't know what I'm trying to get at with all this. Yeah, we got cubed. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, have you ever been called something that offends you, even though it's not a thing? I don't know, like, bearing in mind, I'm only bringing this up because I had crackers for lunch, but like, apparently in America, cracker is an offensive term for white people? Like, no, I would be more offended that someone's insulted me with a word that doesn't exist, or the word doesn't, like, a name that isn't offensive, but used as an offensive term, than I would be by being called an offensive term. If that makes any sense at all. And then again, there was a mean comment once who referred to me as Queen of the Neckbeards, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to take away from this? Like, oh wow, you disagree with my opinions on a Eurovision song. Okay, you're mature. I don't know, like... I legitimately don't know what I'm supposed to have taken away from that comment, other than someone insults me because they can't deal with my opinions. But hey, I'm used to that. I've been doing this for years. Now you there, friend, I'm going to need you to get to us. Oh, Zeke, you are just parabloobing. Zeke. 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 Nope. Other Zeke. Real Zeke. Thank you. And we shall proceed upling. Where are my other Zekes? Are they above and beyond? And when I was last here, was I talking... I think I was talking about, who was it? Not, Nickelback, that's the one. Why do I feel like these platforms can crush you? I don't see why they would. Well, some games have scales that can do a crush on your face. And, you know, we don't like doing kebab faces. You don't make kebab faces by lava, so who do you think you are doing crush faces by scale? You know, so rude. And for that matter... No, I don't know where I was going with that. I remember once being on holiday in Turkey, and we went to a restaurant called Lemon Culture, except it was Leman Kultur, which I think is a reference to some comic book artist, because the whole place was just decorated with, like, sort of pop art kind of comic book decorations. I don't know, it was a nice place. Anyway, they did really good pizza, weirdly enough. I will say, even though it's completely a correct way of referring to him, I hate when people refer to Andy Warhol as a pop artist in the context of a game show. Because, like, in my mind, if you're on a game show and you're asking a question, what pop artist, then that's just game show terminology for musician who does pop music, not pop art, because, like, pop art isn't really a thing anymore. In fact, Andy Warhol is basically, like, if the question begins, what pop artist, then you basically know that the answer's going to be Andy Warhol, because there are no others who ever did pop art, or at least if they did, they never... Well, I mean, there was Roy Testicleburgers, or whatever his name was. Roy Lichtenstein, I think, was the one. And oh no, my beads, it's almost like I don't care about the beads, except, oh no, I need to bring a thing to Popty the Ping. How have I only got one of the doodles so far? Where are my other doodle friends? Knees. Is Zeke hiding inside one of those? That would be a most rude thing to do. Friends, stop. Oh, that was nice. They blew it. The Waddle-Dee blew it up with his dying death. Where are all of the Zekes? Are they all just hiding in place? Well, are they all just hiding in places? Yes, they are. Anyone in here? Good. I'm glad. A bit of a shimpleton. A bit of a shimpleton if he hadn't been hiding in here. Because otherwise, why would they even still have this door in here? You know what I'm saying? I'm rambling in an unentertaining way. I've become self-aware, and that just makes it worse. Oh, I remember the fun times we had in here. But that's... I was going to say what hit me. I saw what hit me after I got hit by it. So we're going to get up here and it's going to be blocked off. There's one. And then where's the last one? See, that's the end of the level. Where is the remaining Zeke? I have 10 seconds to find a bonus Zeke. Except it's not a bonus, it's a required. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Zekey poo. Where dost thou be? I didn't see him anywhere. Oh no! Oh no. Like, not even like bad or fail or too bad, but just oh no. Well, I will speed up through this until I find the guy. Of course. Of course he was there. See, it can't just be me. Like, that hiding place was a bit cheap, bearing in mind I bumped into those blocks on my first attempt, and when they shooped to the side as part of the animation, he wasn't behind it, so I had no way of knowing he was there. And that is basically just a 50-50 guess if he's there, and if you pick wrongly, you don't know that you've chosen incorrectly. That's kind of cheap. I mean, I did guess that he was there, but still, I'm offendulated. Anyway, did he say there was one more? Because... Molehole. Why are we back to Molehole and only 15 seconds? Who thinks thou that thou art to the doing the bee? Yeah. Honestly, who even are you? It's a 15-second fight. I need to find one every 3 seconds. So rude. Okay, that's cheap. That's cheap. They're all hiding inside the wall. Come on, come out. Come out. Okay, I whipped him like 3 times. I would have been very offended if I'd got another oh no. But by the way, can we talk about that for a second? With these side things, it's not win, lose, it's not good, bad, it's success and oh no! That tickles me, because I bet it says something different in the American version as well. Just knowing America, it probably says too bad or something like that, which that's what I'd expect, but instead it says oh no! This sort of... So, you know... There's this sort of quality commentary which you wouldn't get if you were watching Chuck Conroy, so you have that at least. And we have 3 minutes in Dark Manor, my favourite. Well, this should be the funnest fun time to ever wear a pair of underwear. Honestly. I bet one of them's hiding behind the start, somehow. Just in some way to be offensive, like, oh, I'm hiding behind the start, and you wouldn't think to look here because it's behind the start, because this is actually secretly Donkey Kong. Because Donkey Kong puts stuff behind the start sometimes. Well, the Donkey Kong Country game... Donkey Kong Country games do anyway. Yes, where is the up? How do you up? Because I've upped in here before. Sperm! That's a thing to just shout, I suppose. Now, Zeke, if you are in fact hiding in any of these nooks, please have the decency to not hide inside the walls, because I can't do that, so you shouldn't be able to either. It's racist, or something. Which reminds me of a Tumblr post, where someone was saying how they forgot the word for homophobic, so they just said homo-racist. I see you. Shaking that tail. Except it's a balloon tail. Is there a word for a balloon tail? Do we have that in English? String, I guess? Nyeh. Honestly. For such a complicated language, English is horribly under-equipped. Like, we don't have a word for balloon string, or that feeling... You know that feeling where, like, something bad didn't happen, but you're suddenly very aware that it might have done? Like if you're sitting on a park bench, If you're sitting at a park bench, and then you get up, and you turn around and just so happen to see that, oh my godness, there, like, a spider just emerged from between the slats of the... Fuck you, Zeke. From between the boards of the... Between the slats of the boards of the bench. And you're like, oh my god, that could have crawled up my ass, but it didn't. You know, that sort of feeling. Or like, I don't know. Where, like, you come out of a building, and then the building falls down. Like, oh my god, I could have been in there, but I wasn't. You know, that sort of feeling of, ugh, we don't have a word for that, and we should. I mean, it's just, I feel that about some of my friends, like, oh my god, the fact that I met some of my friends was such an astronomically small chance that, like, how, like, it's so much easier, like, it would have been so much easier for me to have accidentally not discovered them, and the fact that I did find them and befriend them is like a fluke of circumstance, and, is that the last of the Zeke? Are we done with Zeke? We're done with Zeke, yay! Good. Well, I guess I'll move on to Beadrix then. I mean, how many can she have? 20 seconds, 200 I feel like I've already done this, but okay, whatever. I will play your racquetball game. Which makes sense in a number of punctuations. I will play your racquetball - game. I will play your racquetball, comma, game. Anyway, we need 200 beads. We basically have 15 seconds to get them. And there are none. Oh, that's bad. I went entirely the wrong way. Oh, red is the bad, green is the good. I get it. Wow, that's unforgiving and merbilous. Wow. Well, look, I have 200 beads now. Honestly. But I'm smelling what you're stepping in, game. That took me a moment. I saw beads, I wanted to collect them. I didn't realize you'd given them semantic meaning. As opposed to what? Isn't all meaning derived from a word semantic? Kirby, can you transform a little bit more less unslowly? What? I know what I mean. Be more forgiving with the time it takes for you to transfogricate. Ooh, that sounds almost like a scientific term for something sexual. Transfogrication. I don't know. How quickly can you transfogricate? You can't scrundle here. Well, I'm predicting that by the end of this episode we'll have all of Zeke and all of Beadrix done, and then in the next episode we'll do all of Mara, Buster, and the other one. Carrie, that's her name. But that might take longer because we've done at least some of Zeke and Beadrix's levels, but only one of all the others. I don't know how long this is gonna take. We have 30 seconds for 160 beads, and we're gonna have to probably be a watering can, and by that I mean fire engine. Or to quote someone from one of my streams, fire truck, fry truck, firefuck. Choo choo. Or even not. Or even not. Honestly. Oh no. It's the whoosh. It's oxygen that makes a difference in space. Oh good, I'm going to need to be timeful. Well, there we go. And now I need to go backwards without getting hooted. That qualifies as being hooted. Or hit, you know. And so we have all 160 of the beads. We did it good! I shall jump with pleasure on this string, he says, just sort of twiggling up and down on the string instead. Something tells me I could edit this to sort of... Bearing in mind the bead stages themselves only take like a handful of seconds. But spending most of this episode now on loading screens, I could edit it to be more efficient, and I'm just not for some reason. You're welcome. What do we got? 30 seconds, 100 beads, Mount Slide. Oh, Mount Slide. That's the one with the staff. That's the spoop board. The spoop board. The spagooblio. The spooble. The culture rectangles. Nope, that's Italy. Are there mountains in Italy? Of course there are, because there's San Marino in the mountains of Italy. San Marino is a country in Italy, and it's beautiful. Oh, we're just having to chase this with star chasing. This is an idea for a level, and I appreciate. Come back, star. I need to capture you before time is over. Wah. Come on. Barely. Wow. I don't even want to know how close that was, but actually I kind of do. Oh, 0.57 of a second? Or was it? Yeah, I think milliseconds are hundredths as opposed to 60ths. So yes, either way, that was really riding the pancake, so I appreciate. What even is that? It's a towel? It's an iceberg. It's a towel. I mean, the Israeli flag kind of looks like a towel, but I mean that as a compliment. Because, there was one Eurovision review that I did once that was, it was of an Israeli song, but at the time I didn't have the Israeli flag, so I literally just hung a beach towel in the background, and I wonder if anyone noticed. Just because in my mind it looks like a beach towel, but like, in a nice way. Like, at my father's work, which, I mean, I technically work there too, but, like, the permanent employees of that workplace. I'm guessing the gimmick here is get to the end and turn them into, like, hit the exclamation mark that changes the... Where is the exclamation mark? I die. I don't die. Well, this was ballsier than it should have been then. But, yeah, they have these, Lego bricks that, like... They show the results of, like, a personality test that they all did. That's like, like, ranking their priorities of, like, ooh, involve me with discussions, or, you know, say things quickly and be quiet. And, that sort of thing. And, oh, come on, I would have got that. I have got it. In the time you've spent telling me that I failed, I have done it. Huh, that's almost like my old film teacher. But yeah, they have, like, these Lego blocks on each of their desks that are stacked up in order of priority. And the guy who sits next to my father, his just so happened to be stacked up so they look like the flag of Mauritius, and that is absolutely a coincidence. Like, why would it not be? Like, I mean, bearing in mind this is based on the results of a personality test, there's no way he could have fiddled it so that these arbitrarily coloured blocks resemble the flag of Mauritius. Fun with flags with Tess. Shigas Mathematica, except that's fun with maths, and that's Bulgarian and Plam. Is anyone here so new to the channel that they don't know the legend of Plam? Because if so, ooh, that's not a particularly interesting story. Honestly, I should have just done this to begin with, but I'd forgotten that that's where the exclamation mark was. Oh, they've reverted. I didn't realise that was only a temporary measure. Rude. Oh, have mercy, Beadrix. I want to get all of Beadrix's done by the end of this episode. I'm sure this must be fascinating to watch, because at this point it is basically just a podcast with stuff in the background. But then again, that's all my videos, but that's not the intention. I want to be irreverent and glumpulous and webble. And webble. And webble a third time. Just for good measure, in case you missed the first two. 25 dinosaurs. Haven't we done this before? But not in 25 seconds? Or was that... No, that would have been Zeke. Whatever. I remember stuff. I swear I have the perfect memory. I'm crystal shiny. Oh, fuck, it's these fellows. You see, my first reflex is to be like, oh no, because of that Candy Crush level. Except it wasn't Candy Crush, but you know. But like, because that Candyland place... Oh good. I did wonder, did I let too many of them despawn? Because like, I think... It must have been my child self had tried, like, whipping them to grab them, rather than just, like, holding down the one button rather than just tapping it. Because if you just tap it, Kirby will unravel them and they'll throw their beads everywhere like that. But if you pick them up, then any bead potential they could have thrown out doesn't happen because that's not how they exist. If that, that makes sense in my head, and I know that's not good enough, but please tell me that made sense. Like, if you whip up an enemy into a ball and throw it at another enemy, you only get the beads from the enemy that you've thrown the ball at, and not the one that you're actually balled up. So, those enemies, you must whip them singularly and not pick up illy. Let that be known at this, one of the final episodes of the series. Well, I see what you want from me already, game. I shall grab the Pitfall Seed, and anything that it yields. Oh my god, it's Prince Fluff! It's so cute! It's made of beads! Why Prince Fluff, though? I'm playing as Kirby. Well, because Prince Fluff was the original IP. Like, the OG IP of this game. The OGIP, if you will. No, I have to get all of them? No, No, I refuse to acknowledge that. I will meet you back here when I did what I just did, but slightly differently. There we go. That was unnecessarily brutal and unforgiving. Bearing in mind, you have to get every single bead, and you just saw just there how Kirby, like, is really sensitive to, oh, there's an edge. Clearly you want me to ground pound that, and not the wide open gap that's, like, a ground pound mushroom is underneath. That, like, my God, Kirby, you can be dense sometimes, even when you're made of wool. Dense cotton fibers. Bitter cocoa, yes, that summarizes me, except bitter, yes, Coco Chanel, perfume, 20 seconds, okay, fine. But I'm going to end after this one because I need a break after that previous one being so unnecessarily unforgiving and brutalizing and flesh. Once again, I feel as though it would have been made easier had I had a second player. It's almost like I'm going to make that come true at some point. You want me to choo-choo perfectly, I'd imagine. And these Waddle Dees keep getting in the bastard way. Once again, unnecessarily unforgiving. Wow! Wow! Wowie wow wow. Once again, unnecessarily unfair. I just said in a couple episodes ago that this game is, like, supposed to be on the kid-friendly side, and it's... These challenges are needlessly brutal. When did this happen? I'm offended. I'm personally offended. I mean, I guess it is just to teach you the concept of, with speedrunning, you can just, like, despite the obvious danger, if you jump at exactly the right point, then you actually aren't in any danger at all. Like that. Whew! Once again, just barely made it because an unaccounted for Waddle Dee got in my way. Once again, maximally rude. Once again, because of that, I'm going to take a break, and then in the next episode we will do Beadrix's final couple of levels, and then at least some of the remaining upstairs ones, and it's probably going to spill over into another episode besides that, and I really should learn my lesson and just wait till I get my other player in to do these as cooperatively, but nah, I'll be fine. So I've been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode, more of this and others, and hopefully better. See you then.